Hi there, Lori here from Unique in the Creek, and I'm going to show you how to put together this cute little wreath attachment kit. It's perfect for a small area or even for kids to do. So you get this 5-piece wreath attachment kit. It's Santa or a snowman, but whatever kit you get, you're going to put it together the same. You get this cute little Merry Christmas sign for your Santa or snowman to hold. You get a roll of snowdrift mesh. You get a small Unique in the Creek board. You get 2 clothespins, wire cutters to cut your zip ties, and a 100 pack of zip ties. So let's get this started. I'm going to be using my measure buddy. You will need an 8-inch piece of cardboard or your measure buddy, or you can even pull your poof out 8-inch if you have a cutting mat, because our poofs are going to be 8-inch poofs. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to preload every other hole on row 1. Now up at the top here you will see 2 divoted holes. Those are your hanging holes. So I'm going to start just to the left or your right of the hanging holes, and I'm going to keep them open. So I'm preloading the board open. So that's down one hole and up the other, and don't close your zip tie. So like I said, we're doing every other hole. Okay, so once you got your zip ties loaded, you need 8 of them. You're going to take your roll of mesh, scrunch it up at the end, gather it up. Pick any place that you want to. We're just going to anchor it, so just put the end of your mesh into the zip tie and do it up tight. And what we're going to do is now take our measuring tool. So like I said, we're going to do 8-inch poofs. So you can either pull out and measure 8 inches, cut a piece of cardboard 8 inches, or use your measure buddy closed, and that is 8 inches. Where you have pinched, when you've measured, pinched off, is you're going to bring the poof towards the outside and do up the zip tie where you've pinched. And we're going to do this all the way around. So pull it out, straight out, bring your poof to the outside where you're holding at the 8-inch mark. You're going to do your zip tie up. Poof out. Okay, we're on our last one. We still need one more poof because we have ended here. So what I'm going to do is cut off this zip tie tail, and I'm going to go around this zip tie again and anchor in our last poof. Again, bring it out, come in, and do the zip tie around it. Now I'm going to cut my mesh off. Now we're going to go around and cut the zip tie tails off. Okay. Now we're going to skip row 2. We're going to go right to row 3. Again, we're going to preload exactly like we just did on row 3, each of the holes here. Okay, we're going to start just like we did. Scrunch up your end. I'll have to trim mine. I didn't cut it very straight when I cut it off the roll. There we go. Just anchor it. We'll anchor it in over here since we anchored over here. Again, just anchor it in. Put the zip tie going around. Just pick a spot. And we're going to go around with 8-inch poofs again. Again, bring your poof out and go in towards the center and do your zip tie around it. Okay, one more, and then we're back to where we started. And we will put a zip tie over where we started again to make another poof right in here. So right here, I'm going to put another zip tie down and up over top. And then make our 8-inch poof. Bring it back and down. Okay, now I'm not going to cut the roll this time because we are going to go into the center, but I am going to go around and cut the zip tie tails off, which are hard to see because they're white and they kind of blend in with the white mesh here. There we go. Okay, we're just going to go into the center here. So I'm just going to put 2 zip ties open right below, right here. I ended my mesh right here and directly across. Because this is, the sign is going to go here and we're going to have our wreath attachments and stuff. So you don't need too much in the center. pull it out. Go down and put your zip tie around. And do the same thing. Pull it out 8 inches, bring it down, go down the center here, and do your zip tie around it. Cut those off. Alrighty, our base is done. We're going to cut off the remaining mesh here. And now we're going to go around and open up our hoops. So when you're opening your poofs, you're just grabbing the 2 finished edges and kind of pulling them apart so it opens up your poof nicely. And you can see how it fills it up. There we go. We got a nice full base. We're not going to be done with our mesh yet, but we are going to be putting on our little snowman Santa. Okay, so it actually looks like a flower. This is your base. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to let's put on the head. So we're going to put our hanging zip tie up at the top here. So this will be the top of our wreath. Okay, so on the back of my small board, I did mark the holes of where the head, the hand, the 2 hands, and the legs are going to go. So find your hanging, the 2 holes up at the top, and straight down is the middle. These 2 right here, there's no zip tie in it. These 2 are going to be your head. So we're going to put the head, undo your wire for the head. We're going to go down and find those 2 holes and just bring the wire down the 2 holes just till the head hits the mesh, and give it a twist on the back so it doesn't move. Okay, and then we have the hand. So you got the 2 zip ties right here where we did poofs, right below the head. We're going to do the hand, 1 hand here. Now make sure your thumbs are up correctly. So it's just over top of this zip tie. So the hands are going to hold the sign. So that's why I said make sure your hands are up correctly. And there's a little hook or loop on the end of these. You may want to cut those off because it gets stuck on the mesh. Okay, give it just a quick twist. And it is wired, so we'll be able to angle it any way we want. We're going to go and put the other hand on directly across. Just like that. Bring it down. We're going to nestle it just into the mesh just a little bit. Give it a twist. And then we're going to skip this hole right here, and then there's the two legs. Now the legs are pretty long, and that's why I've got it kind of high up into the wreath, because they are quite long. I'm going to cut these little loops off because they get snagged. All right, we're going down right in the holes. And if you want to write on the back of your wreath, go right ahead, because you can take, it does come off with alcohol. Alrighty, we're going to go right here with the other leg. My leg fell off. How did my leg fall off? Oh, I pulled it too tight. Oh, it's not in there very deep, that's why. Here we go. Let's pull the wire through. All right. Make sure the legs, his feet are going the right way. There we go. All right, and now we are going to get him to hold his sign. Now, if you have a cable mount, you may want to put a cable mount on the back of your sign with a pipe cleaner, and then you can just go straight down. Or if you don't, we're just going to use this little string. Okay, you're going to take a zip tie and go around the string or the rope on the sign, go down where you put his head in, flip it around, and do the zip tie up. You don't have to do it up too tight until you, actually if we do it nice and, if we do it tight, it stays. Okay, there we go. All right, so he's holding his cute little sign. Once you're happy with it, we're going to take and cut some of these wires off and bring the wires back down the hole so we don't have anything pointy. This a little bit. Now you can bend his hands in to show that hold the sign. Now you can either add more mesh. So we're going to do some mesh ruffles just on the outside to finish him off. You could also add some ribbon if you had some cute ribbon that matches. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off. There we go. Okay, now you can add some ruffles on the outside edge or some ribbons, whatever you want. We're going to do ruffles since we have so much mesh left over. What you're going to do is you're going to go down and back up each hole that you put a zip tie in already. Okay, so we're going to use these shared holes. So there's 8 of them again. You could even flip it over and just take your zip tie, push the head in, and the zip tie down like that so you know where to put them. And last one. Alrighty, so we have our zip ties in. Now what you're going to do is we're going to cut 8 pieces of 15-inch ruffles. So if you have a cutting mat, you can use your cutting mat. If not, you can just pull out your measure buddy to 15 inches and with your scissors just go up 15 inches. Then what you're going to do is you're going to bring the middle in, the top, the bottom to the middle, the top to the middle, scrunch that up right down the middle, flip it over, and you make this kind of bow tie. We're going to, where you've pinched in the middle is you're going to put it right on top of that zip tie that you just put in there and do it around. Okay, cut this off. And we're going to fluff up our ruffle. So it adds a nice little texture or 3D-ness to it. Again, we're going to cut another 15-inch piece. And like I said, if you have a cutting mat, you can do this with your cutting mat. And because we are folding it in, it doesn't have to be completely perfect. Scrunch down the middle, flip your little bow tie over, and you're going to put it into your next zip tie. So we're putting the center right into the zip tie and doing it around. You could add ribbons in there as well if you wanted. Move his legs up. Last one.